Hi, I'm Erin Ludlam with ArtsQuest, and today we are at one of my favorite local music venues, Musica. It's located here in downtown Akron, and it plays host to not only a plethora of local hot new bands coming up, but also some really great national talent. There's always something fun, exciting, and great happening and coming out of this place. Today we're sitting down with Christine Jackson. She's a local musician, and she's the 2009 CBC Entertainer of the Year award winner. To say that she is just a singer-songwriter is just merely scratching the surface of her immense talent. What she is a powerhouse, and she's making a huge name for herself in a male-dominated blues music scene.
First turn fits around the hall. Feel the form of my mind and skull. Grab the door, let go the handle. If from this room my mind could ramble, where would it go? What would I see? Still see faces imprinted on a tree. Remember what used to be.
So Christine, explain to me how exactly a white girl, a young white girl from the suburbs, finds such a strong connection with the blues. Where does that come from?
I think it comes from just the feeling you get from the blues, you know? I don't think I ever specifically set out to play the blues. It just kind of, that's what it ended up being after I was already doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was no like connection with a blues artist that you heard growing up that you were like, oh, I have to be like that, or?
No, I mean, I grew up listening to oldie music, but and I didn't even realize what the blues like technically was. Like a 12-bar blues. I didn't know what that was until, you know, maybe even 5-6 years ago. But growing up, I knew the feeling and the passion you got from that kind of music was something I liked. And then as I started playing music and songwriting and everything, it just kind of fell into that category.
When you listen to your music, I found it to be extremely powerful. There's a giant disconnect between looking at you and listening to you.
That's
the
what
two
I've heard.
don't really tend to go together.
Well, it's funny because I think the same thing. Sometimes I'll listen. I don't listen back a lot, but when I do, it's like somebody else. Because I really, even from like my early times on stage as just a trumpet player, I'd always like try to imagine like my part, like how I would incorporate my part into the music is by envisioning myself on the other side. Like if I was sitting in the audience, what would I want to hear back? So I would never really, it was not, I don't know if it's cliche, it was not about me. It was not about, it was about making the song, you know?
Right.
And so sometimes I find myself with that same attitude when I listen to my music now. It's like, is that me? You know, where'd that come from?
Now let's talk about, a little bit about the newest stuff that you're doing, which I think is a really cool and really exciting mix and something totally, you're kind of, you know, gouging out your own niche as you go with this. It's something kind of brand new. Explain it a little bit about what you're doing.
I mean, I've heard some other people try to incorporate it, or not try, but they do. It's the mixing a DJ, a scratcher in with, you know, traditional blues sounds, and that's what I'm doing with my original stuff. What I want to look at as something different is the message, because I'm not taking traditional blues songs and adding a hip hop flavor under them. What I'm doing is trying to create a whole new sound with a message that's current and relevant to me, that is blues based. It has a flavor of hip hop, but the message is something that is new, you know.
Are you doing that live with the DJ locally?
Yeah, we have done some shows, and I hope to travel and do some more.
Very cool. And then will a CD be coming out as well
Hopefully
with that?
Hopefully the CD will come out, and then we'll do some touring to promote it, yeah.
There's the newest project that you're working on is something that's really near and dear to your heart right now, and pretty fresh. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you're doing and what you hope to achieve with what you're doing?
Well, it started over a year ago with my younger cousin who was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer, and you know, we decided to have a little concert benefit fundraiser for her to help, you know, deal with the financial responsibility for everything. Unfortunately, she's passed away, you know, just recently from the Hodgkin's lymphoma, and in her honor, I'm going to keep the Kicking the Cancer Blues going, and we're in the process of making it a nonprofit organization to raise money for the people that are dealing with the same disease that she had. What we're going to do is it's going to start off with concerts. We're performing concerts, and ticket sales, donations, raffles at these concerts and also just corporate donations and things are how we're gonna raise the money. And how we're gonna disperse the money is people that are in the same boat that she's in, families that are dealing with the same thing that she had. They can come to us and request to be I guess sponsored kind of by us, to receive help.
Right. That's a great thing.
Yeah, and to make it more specific, she was in what they call the forgotten 5%, and that is the 5% with Hodgkin's lymphoma that do not respond to treatment. Okay. Basically, they never see remission. It just comes back, and that's a 5% of people with Hodgkin's. So they call it the forgotten 5 because if you hear somebody has Hodgkin's lymphoma, typically that means they're going to recover. They're going to live a happy life afterwards. But this forgotten 5%, which she was in, they don't have that chance.
How can people go and be a part of it?
Yeah, it's kickingthecancerblues.org.
Okay. And
it's kicking with the IN. There's no G.
Okay.
And it's all one word. And I feel very strongly about it because her name was Liz, and I called her Shorty because she was short. And she was sassy, and I feel very strongly about it because she loved my music, and she was such a huge supporter of it,
Yeah.
So incorporating the music along with the awareness was just something she was really excited about.
Cool. So. That's awesome.
All right.
Settle down. Why don't you take your warm shoes off? Go ahead and settle a while. Tell me all your trouble. I know the journey's been such a long, long road for you, but don't you remember when I promised to never leave you? And I've been by your side, even though you don't see me, and I felt all your pain, even though you still hurt, and I'll take all your blame, even though you don't mean it. Go ahead and say it now, 'cause I'm listening. Settle down, 'cause the time is coming soon when the pain will end, because you're forgiven. I know it seems as though you've been so lost and alone, but don't you remember when I promised to never leave you? And I've been by your side, even though you don't see me, and I felt all your pain, even though you still hurt, and I'll take all your blame, even though you don't mean it. Go ahead and say it now, 'cause I'm listening. Settle down. Why don't you take your worn shoes off? Go ahead and settle a while. Tell me all your trouble.